You don't need expensive supplements or exotic superfoods to protect your memory as you age. Some of the foods most closely linked to a healthier brain are probably sitting in your kitchen right now. But here's the problem. Most people either don't know which ones matter or they eat them in a way that quietly cancels out the benefit. Today, on Neura Notes, we're going to fix that. Now, before we start, let me be honest with you, because honesty is the whole point of this channel. I'm not here as your doctor. I'm here to bring you what the research actually says, with the real sources to back it up, in the description below. And here's the truth. No single food is a miracle, and nothing you eat can reverse memory loss. What the research does show is that certain eating patterns are linked to a slower rate of age-related cognitive decline. So this isn't about one magic bite. It's about the small choices that add up on your plate day after day. And I'll tell you now, the number one food on today's list, the one I saved for last, surprised me the most when I read the research behind it. So stay with me to the end, because that one might change what you put on your plate tomorrow. One quick thing first. I'd genuinely like to know, how many of these 5 foods do you already eat in a normal week? Drop a number in the comments. I read them, and it helps me understand this community. So why does food matter so much for the brain? Here's the simple version. Your brain is one of the hungriest organs in your body. It burns through a huge share of your daily energy, and it builds itself from what you eat. Think of your brain a little like a garden. The right nutrients are the water and the sunlight. Without them, even good soil slowly dries out. Certain foods deliver antioxidants that help shield brain cells from everyday wear, and healthy fats that support the connections between them. The 5 foods we're about to cover all do one or both of those things. Let's count them down, starting with number 5, fatty fish. Salmon, sardines, mackerel, herring. These are among the richest sources of omega-3 fatty acids, especially one called DHA, which is a major building block of your brain cells themselves. Research summarized by Harvard Health links diets rich in these omega-3s to better long-term brain health. Here's how to actually use it. Aim for fish about twice a week, and choose lower mercury options like salmon or canned light tuna. Not a fish person? Walnuts and flaxseed can help too, though if you're considering a supplement, talk to your doctor first. Now, fish is the one most people already expect, but the next food? Most people are eating the wrong version of it entirely. Number 4, whole grains, oats, brown rice, whole wheat, quinoa. Here's the thing about your brain. It runs almost entirely on a steady supply of glucose, and it can't store much of its own. So it depends on a stable, even flow of fuel. This is where the version matters. White bread and refined carbs break down fast. They spike your blood sugar and then drop it, leaving your brain on an energy roller coaster. Whole grains release their energy slowly and steadily. Think of it like the difference between throwing paper on a fire versus a slow-burning log. Cleveland Clinic and Mayo Clinic both link whole grain eating patterns to lower inflammation and healthier blood vessels, and both of those protect the brain. The simple swap, whole grain bread instead of white, brown rice instead of white. That's it. Quick thing before we continue. If Neura Notes is giving you useful information, tap subscribe. It's the one simple thing that helps this reach more people who need it, and it costs you nothing. Now, food number 3 is one you've probably been told is fattening, and that advice may have been working against your brain. Number 3, nuts, and walnuts in particular deserve a special mention. Walnuts are rich in a plant-based omega-3 called ALA, plus vitamin E, which matters for the brain. Research from UCLA has linked higher walnut consumption to better scores on cognitive tests in older adults. And no, a handful of walnuts won't make you gain weight the way people fear. The research points the other way when they replace processed snacks. A small handful a day is a good target. Keep them unsalted and unroasted when you can, and toss them into a salad, stir them into yogurt, or just eat them on their own. Now we're getting to the top 2, and this next one is one of the most studied brain foods there is. Number 2, colorful berries, and especially blueberries. The deep color in berries comes from compounds called flavonoids, and those same compounds have been linked again and again to better memory. In one large study of thousands of adults, those who ate the most flavonoid-rich foods were significantly less likely to develop dementia than those who ate the least. Blueberries are one of the richest sources, but strawberries, blackberries, even red grapes count too. A few servings a week is a solid goal. And here's a tip that saves you money. Frozen berries keep almost all of their value and cost less year-round, so you never have an excuse to run out. All right, that brings us to number 1. The food I told you surprised me the most. Stay right here. Number 1, dark, leafy greens, spinach, kale, collards, Swiss chard. I know, maybe not the exciting answer you expected, but wait until you hear the research, because this is the part that genuinely stopped me. In a study that followed older adults for about 5 years, those who ate leafy greens regularly had thinking and memory abilities noticeably sharper than those who rarely ate them. A difference researchers estimated was roughly equivalent to being 11 years younger. 11 years. From a food most people push to the side of the plate, greens are packed with vitamin K, folate, lutein, and beta-carotene, all tied to brain health. Here's how to get the most from them. The darker the better. Kale and spinach beat pale lettuce. And because some nutrients are heat sensitive, raw in a salad or lightly steamed keeps the most. 1 to 2 servings a day is the target. Now here's the real secret. Don't treat these 5 as a checklist to tick off one at a time. What protects the brain isn't any single hero food. It's the overall pattern they create together. A day might look like this. Oats with blueberries for breakfast, a spinach salad with walnuts at lunch, and salmon a couple of evenings a week. Small, steady choices. And before we finish, an honest reminder, because you'll never get anything but honesty here. Everything in this video is general information, not medical advice. No food guarantees you'll prevent any disease, and everyone's needs are different. If you have a health condition, take medication, or have any concerns, please talk to your own doctor, and be cautious of anyone promising that one food will cure or reverse anything. That's usually a sign someone's selling you something. So, quick recap in case you joined late. Dark leafy greens, berries, walnuts, whole grains, and fatty fish. 5 foods, backed by real research, and almost all of them probably already in your kitchen. None expensive, none exotic. If this was helpful, if it felt like someone finally gave you the straight facts without the hype, consider subscribing here to Neura Notes. Every week, I bring you honest, science-based information to help protect your brain and your memory with the real sources to back it up. And in the next video, we'll look at what to eat and what to avoid before bed, because what you eat in the evening affects your brain more than most people realize. Until then, take good care of yourself. You're worth the effort.